Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Ahmad Naufal Azhari and welcome to my phonology exam final exam video. On this occasion, we are going to learn something very important and often overlooked when learning to speak English, which means intonation. Most learners of English, maybe even you, spend a lot of time studying grammar rules and memorizing vocabulary. Of course, these things are important, but many people forget about something just as essential: how we say things, not just what we say. And that's where intonation comes in. Intonation helps us do many things. It helps us show how we feel, whether we're happy, surprised, confused, angry, or bored. It helps us ask questions, give information, make a polite request, or emphasize certain parts of a sentence. Believe it or not, the same sentence can have a different meaning depending on the speaker's intonation. And here's something even more interesting. Even native English speakers can sometimes misunderstand each other if the intonation is used incorrectly or unexpectedly. That's how powerful intonation is. It's not about just pronunciation, it is about communication. So, in this video, we are going to explore intonation in depth. We will learn what it is, how it works, the different types of intonation, and how to practice it in your daily speech. Don't worry if you have never studied intonation before. I will explain everything clearly and give you examples to help you understand to help you understand. Let's get started and make your English sound more natural and expressive. So, what definition in intonation is? Intonation is like the music of speaking. If we speak without intonation, our voice sounds flat, like a robot. For example, I'm happy today. That doesn't sound happy at all, right? But with correct intonation, our voice shows feelings. Like example, I'm happy today. It sounds much more natural and friendly. So, and now let's hear some simple examples to feel the difference. For example, I'm fine. This sounds like a neutral answer. Maybe I don't want to say more. My voice drops at the end. For another example, with different voice, I'm fine. Now it sounds happy and excited. My voice goes up. And then different example again. I'm fine. Here I sound unsure or maybe a little sad. My voice falls and then rise a bit. In all three examples above, the words are exactly the same, but the meaning change just because of how my voice moves. That's why intonation is very powerful. It shows what you feel without needing extra words. Now, why is intonation important? Why do we need to learn intonation? Because intonation plays a big role in helping people understand what you really mean. It's not just about the words, it's about how you say them. For example, intonation helps your listener who for example, intonation helps your listener know whether you're asking a question or making a statement. The words might be the same, but the intonation change everything. It also shows your feelings and emotion. Are you excited, bored, angry, confused? Your intonation will reveal that, sometimes even more clearly than your actual words. And most importantly, it helps you avoid misunderstandings. If your intonation is off, people might not understand your intention, or they might get the wrong message. So, by using the right intonation, you can make your communication clearer, more effective, and more natural. For example, you're coming with falling sound. It means that I'm telling you I know you're coming. For the different example with different voices, you're coming. Now it means that now I am asking, I don't know, I want confirmation. Without correct intonation, people may think you're being rude, angry, or confusing. Intonation is like a secret code that gives extra meaning. So, what the main functions of intonation? The first function of intonation is grammatical function. Intonation tells us if a sentence is a statement or question. For example, she is coming with falling sound. It's a fact. She is coming with rising sound. Grammar is the same, but intonation change everything. The second function is attitude function. Intonation shows your feeling or attitude. For example, oh really? With with rising sound and falling flat sound, it means that I'm surprised. That's oh really? I might not believe you. Maybe I'm being sarcastic. Sarcasm often uses spatial intonation. If your intonation is wrong, people may misunderstand your real feeling. And the third function is discourse function. Intonation helps listeners follow your story. For example, by the way, I met John. Rising at by the way means I'm starting a new topic, and then falling at I met John means my sentence is finished. Next, and the fourth uh, is focus function. Stress and intonation together can change meaning. For example, I didn't say he stole the money. This sentence is a famous example of how stress and intonation can completely change meaning. If I stress I mean that someone else said it, not me. If I stress didn't, I am denying that I said it. If I stress say, maybe I didn't speak it aloud, but I might have written it. If I stress he, I'm saying another person stole the money. If I stress stole, I might suggest he borrowed or lost it instead. If I stress the money, I'm saying maybe he stole something else. Even even to even tough even though the sentence never changes, where I put the focus and how I use my intonation gives a different message each time. This shows how powerful intonation is for communication. Now, four types intonation patterns. Number one, falling intonation, used for statements, commands, WH questions, and exclamation. For example, where are you going? Serious question, I'm going home. Statement, close the door. Command, when your voice falls, it sounds finished and confident. And second type of intonation is rising intonation, used for yes or no questions, lists, and unfinished thoughts. For example, do you like it? Yes or no question. Apples, bananas, orange. In a list, only the last time only the last item falls. Rising intonation signals that you are expecting a response or not finished speaking. The third type of intonation is four-rest intonation, used for hesitation, uncertainty, and politeness. For example, I suppose so. Not fully sure. It means that not fully sure. Maybe. It means soft uncertainty. This helps you sound gentle, very useful and polite in polite situation. And the last type of intonation is rise fall intonation, used for surprise, excitement, and strong emotions. For example, wow, wow, that's amazing, excellent. This intonation shows strong feeling, perfect for expressing joy or surprise. Um, and the next is let's take some real life example. For example, is from movie quotes from Terminator movie. I'll be back. This means that serious promise. Second example is from friend chat. How are you? I'm good. Next example is polite dub. Well, I'm not sure. Next example is from customer service. How may I help you? In real life, we use these patterns every day without thinking. As learners, we must practice to make it natural. The next is why language learners need intonation. If you ignore intonation, people may think you are rude, angry, or bored, not understand your real meaning, or feel confused. Example, I love it. Calm, serious. I and the next example with different sounds is I love it. With very excited. With practice, you will sound more natural and confident. Next part is let's practice together. Repeat after me, okay? Um, are you okay? Close the door. Well, maybe. Fantastic. Now the next extra is short dialogue practice. Are you coming to the party? I'm not sure. It will be fun. Okay then. Then next exercise is guess the emotion. I will say I'm fine 3 times. You guess the emotion. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. And then extra practice tips. How can you improve your intonation? Listen to English songs and copy the way singers say the words. Watch movies and copy how actors say their lines. Practice speaking with friends or teachers. Record yourselves speaking and listen to your own intonation. For the review and conclusion is music intonation is equal as music of speaking. It shows feeling, meaning, and structure. Helps avoid misunderstanding, makes your English sound natural. Practice makes perfect. Alright, thank you very much for joining this lesson. Keep practicing intonation every day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.